Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces and thank you very much for clicking on this video. On the 29th of November, the Maxwell trial did start. I was going to be covering it from the get-go, but obviously a lot of people knew that I had a severe bout of the flu. Not that one, but just normal flu, thank God. But I was out of action for a long time, and I couldn't really cover any of the trial. I have been keeping up to date though via email with the free press report, which is kind of sad. Like in the last video I showed you, they've actually been suspended on Twitter permanently, which is absolutely mind-blowing because they were just giving information out about the court case. But I thought I'd jump straight in the deep end to start off at day number 7, and over the next couple of days I will be having short videos just going by with what's currently gone on in the courts leading up to today. So let's jump straight into it. So, day 7, ladies and gentlemen. Day 7's proceedings would begin with a short testimony given by the FBI witness, name not provided obviously, who authenticated several photos found during the 2005 Palm Beach raid. The day's second witness would take the stand, FBI digital forensic examiner Stephen Flatley. Flatley would confirm that a hard drive exhibit presented to him was linked to a computer registered to the organisation G-Max. He would also authenticate an email from Maxwell's Mindspring address that had been explaining grievances regarding trashed massage lotion bottles following the raid. Flatley would continue to authenticate a document showing an advertisement made by G-Max that specifically referenced massage lotion products. He also authenticated a piece of written material produced by G-Max that discussed Jeffrey and Ghislaine. They both really complimented each other, they are great partners, they are boyfriend and girlfriend unlike what some may think. The defence's Menninger would begin a short cross-examination, once again grasping at straws by suggesting witness Flatley couldn't confirm if these images had been changed since he had seen them initially. Without providing evidence of alteration, Flatley was dismissed. The next witness would be called to the stand, being made known to the public under the pseudonym Caroline, who explained she had met Jeff after she left 7th grade at the age of 14. Caroline mentioned her mother was an alcoholic. Caroline continued, I was introduced to Jeff to give him a massage. I said yes. That's just weird straight away. Describing she had been greeted by Maxwell. She would also disclose she was paid $300 by Maxwell after being done this by stating she had later received concert tickets, lingerie, and a book titled Massage for Dummies. Ooh. Caroline would also remember Maxwell calling to request she travel with her and Jeff overseas and to his island. Caroline declined, telling Maxwell her mother would never say okay. Caroline would also specifically state she mentioned her age to Maxwell as 14. Caroline's testimony would continue to describe this at the hands of both of them, stating Maxwell done this before she'd given Epstein a massage. I just said his name, this video is now going to be demonetized. When asked by prosecution, did you bring friends to his house, she said yes, mentioning she had recruited 3 other people that were brought to his at the direction of Maxwell. Caroline continued to disclose that all 3 children were this by both of them, who paid him afterwards. Caroline was asked what she would use this money for which she would reply, I was buying naughty things, as she started to tear up. Testimony continued with Caroline explaining she stopped seeing Jeff following a major event in her life. She had a baby. She recalled returning to Jeff's house during her pregnancy when she was 18, but said she realised I was too old for him. Caroline would outline her history with bad stuff and a prior theft charge for which she did jail time, also stating that she is constantly afraid of her children going. She was also asked by prosecution if she had previously worked for an escort service and if she exchanged money with men, to which she answered sometimes. Caroline's testimony would conclude with her acknowledging that Maxwell took pictures of this. A lengthy cross-examination would begin when defense attorney Jeff Pagliuca, I do apologise again, approached the witness stand to employ the same technique that Maxwell's defence team had used for each witness, since it's clear her legal team had no legitimate defence. Straight away it doesn't seem it. So, Jeff, the other Jeff, started by doing this, the accuser's character, asking, You smoked and you drank, when referencing the night of all of this supposedly happening. Again, an irrelevant line of questioning when the accusation involves this. He would continue by leading the witness to answer the question, Virginia Roberts told you could make $300. To which she responded, no. Jeff rephrased to reference a separate alleged occurrence. Roberts approached you about making the $500. Maxwell was not there, correct? To which she responded yes. Questioning continued with a dissection of a 2007 FBI statement given by Caroline that didn't identify Maxwell and instead identified Maxwell's assistant, Sarah Kellen. Jeff continued with unrelenting questions directed to Caroline repeatedly. The prosecution nor the judge reminded the defense of the obligation. Judge Nathan's transgressions became particularly evident when the witness herself said, "What does this have to do with Maxwell? She did this and broke my soul." This particular instance highlighted the immense failure of prosecution and Judge Nathan to protect the witness from unrelated badgering. The US court system is failing child victims once again. It's heartbreaking reading this. The prosecution had continually failed to object at relevant moments, calling to question their intent and ability to represent their client adequately, as a lack of willingness to further inquiry has also been observed at numerous times throughout the trial. So Jeff stated the last name of the witness allowed for the jury to hear before concluding. This is the third occasion that Maxwell's defense team has shown such blatant disregard for witness safety. Lawyers that fail to maintain their duty as charged with a judge should be disbarred for such actions, since they are directly risking the accuser's life. Yeah, this person can go out and all of a sudden people could come after her. It's not right, shouldn't be done. Even more troubling was failure of the prosecution to object and pressure the judge to advocate punishment of the defense. Why aren't her people sticking up for her? The discipline received for each incident was non-existent and shows a troubling trend noticeable in all US public institutions, the incompetence of those charged with ensuring that due process, in this case Judge Nathan. Day 7 concluded with news given to jurors that the prosecution would be resting the case at the end of this week, causing further scrutiny and shock from journalists in overflow rooms. How is it possible that a prosecution, which initially needed 5 weeks to argue their case, has now decided to reduce it? It was meant to go on for quite a few. From public view, nothing has changed, but questions arise as to what conversations or warnings have been given out of public view, as both Maxwell and Jeff are tied to multiple intelligence agencies and use blackmail to force compliance from world leadership to shape public policy, as will be explained in further coverage by the Free Press report. So throughout the Maxwell's history, a trend of cover-ups and rug sweeps can be observed. It is this writer's opinion that the prosecution has shown no intent to seek full justice nor protect their clients so far. Day 8 coverage will be available from SDNY courthouse proceedings tomorrow. That is actually really sad to read. It's really sad to see as well that they're not protecting their client. This poor girl is up on the stand and they're literally saying, right, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. And she's like, what does this guy do with anything? And with that, she shouldn't have to say that. Her own team should be like, objection, badgering the witness, literally pushing and forcing the victim to say things that, again, is nothing to do with it. Which is kind of interesting to see how all of this is tied up, because seeing how this one will go, because it is such a huge case. Like it says there, we've seen in the past, the FBI was involved with them. The CIA, you had presidents, you had government officials, you had so many people, powerful people, involved with these things at this moment. That's probably the best thing to call them. But that's what we got today, ladies and gentlemen, and I will be continuing. So tomorrow will be day 8. Obviously, from next couple of days, I will be going from day 1 to day 6. Hopefully, probably doing 3 days in one video and 3 days in the other, just so we can get them out there quick for you and to let you know and keep you up to date on what is happening. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.